We thank you, Lord, for giving people the wisdom and the vision to be able to see how to raise people out of poverty in this country. We ask, oh Lord, that you bless abundantly the vision that you have given, the implementation of it, Lord. We ask for your guidance. Father, we thank you for all the partners that have also contributed to this program. As we go into the launch, we ask, Lord, for success.
So the President of Abuja Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Madam Abuja. Here present also, we have the VP Women's Development, Mrs. Rosemary Musu, Esquire. We have Mr. Bidosh Chandra Brahman, First Secretary, Bangladeshi High Commission. We also have the presence of Colin Drazen, Director, Office of Economic Growth and Enrollment, U.S. Agency for International Development, SAID. I also like to welcome Barrister Ojobu Atuluku, International Director, Christian Aid, Giwa Williams Latifa, Permanent Secretary, FMIT, Winnie Life Swagari, Director, Animal Husbandry of Federal Ministry of Agri, Mrs. Sani Aino, representative of the Acting Secretary, Social Development, Secretariat, FCT, Mrs. Ngozi Obu, Acting Director, CCD, representing also the Acting Secretary, Area Council Services Secretariat. Also would like to recognize the presence of Mrs. Gertrude Ukwana, the Director of National Export Office. She's representing the NEPC, right? Yeah. Thank you. I also recognize the presence of the Deputy Director, Mr. Gerard, Deputy Director SDG, Mrs. Selina Oluwafemi, sorry. The Deputy Director SDG, Dr. Asma Adamu, Assistant Director Community Development and Chieftaincy. That's Selina, right? Welcome the High Chiefs. I would like to call upon the person who is going to introduce the High Chiefs to us, who have graciously come to grace this occasion with us.
On behalf of the Chairman of FCT, Council of Traditional Rulers, in the person of Eze Dr. Uche Egenti, member of the Order of Niger, I have the pleasure to introduce to you the Royal Highnesses already seated. This is Royal Highness Eze Dr. Raymond Ugwabo, Dibo I of Zuba. Seated is His Royal Highness Eze Okeloenas, Eze Ndibo Kabusa Stroke Charity, Eze Ugu DC, Eze Ndibo Abaji Unit. And here is His Royal Highness Eze Ochabuto Innocent, Eze Ndibo of Karishi, Eze Nwa Anyanwu, Eze Ndibo Karishi. Karo unit, please. And the last but not the least, my humble self, Eze Engineer Jude Davison, Ifeanyi Chukwu Igwe.
Welcome all of you. Those of you that were around when we had the earlier activities of the Arha market. Now we are having and it is at this occasion that we are launching all the Women Arise Development and Humanitarian Initiative, what is launching the application, Kowgo application. My understanding is that the women Arise Development and Humanitarian Initiative, what he developed this Kowgo to help women in digital application in their marketing. I think the Women Arise Development and Humanitarian Initiative, they are actually living up to their name by developing this application. The application would revolutionize how women do business. It will have a wide application coverage in that it will cover different sections of business. I understand it will cover accounting, marketing, and selling. And it will facilitate wider contact with the outside world. I congratulate Wadhi for this initiative. And the Abuja Chamber is proud to be part of this initiative. And because there are so many pots on the fire, I don't want to talk too much. There is also a lot in the program. So all I will say is that the Women Arise Development and Humanitarian Initiative, WADHI, is the partner in progress to the Abuja Chamber of Commerce. And we assure you we will continue to give you all the support so that you will be able to actualize your potential and the potential of women. So I thank you for this, and I wish you the best. Thank you very much.
Welcome the MD NEPC or the representative for the remark.
Please permit me to stand on the already established protocols. I'm here to represent Mr. Segun Awolowo, the Executive Director and CEO of the Nigerian Export Promotion Council, who would have loved to be here if not for other assignments. As you are all aware, the Nigerian Export Promotion Council is the apex institution established for the promotion of non-oil exports in Nigeria. And we run a very gender-friendly programs for women. And I'm sure most of you are already aware of our Women in Export program. And it's being run in tandem in nations building. And we always encourage, on that platform of Women in Export, we have helped to expose many women entrepreneurs to the international market. I want to urge you, if you are here to join the Women in Export program, please do that as soon as you finish this program. Our registration is free for the Women in Export program, but you have the opportunity to showcase your product outside the shores of this nation. We have done so for so many women, and we want to do the same thing for the Women Arise Initiative. I want to really congratulate the Women Arise Initiative and strongly restate that we will continue to collaborate with you. We continue to work together on any platform that is available to us to make sure your products are launched in the outside shores of this country. Once again, I want to thank you very much.
The goodwill message continues with His Royal Highness Eze Dr. Uche Egenti, MON.
we stand fully in support of what's being done today. And our reason for supporting it is very clear. Anything that will promote our women, we must support it. Because once you empower our women, you are not only empowering the family, you are also empowering the society at large. So we thank you very much for this initiative. God bless you all.
We have a goodwill message from the ambassador of Japan to Nigeria online. If he's not there. Okay. A goodwill message from the representative of the U.S. Embassy.
And I'll stand on existing protocol. It's my great pleasure to be here with all of you today to see the launch of this app. My name is Colin Dreisen. I run the Office of Economic Growth and Environment at USAID, and our portfolio is heavily focused on agriculture and livelihoods. And when we look around Nigeria at the opportunities, the energy, the initiative, the drive, the wise decision making that we see in our women counterparts is inspiring and is a central portion of our portfolio. And so I'm excited to be here today to see the next step and to meet with a broad swath of women leaders and see where you'll be taking your country. I'm going to be very brief because I know we got a late start. So I just once again like to say thank you for having me, and it's my pleasure to welcome you all. Thank you.
Trade development partners. Okay, goodwill by any of the members of the diplomatic corps.
My name is Bidosh Chandra Borman. I'm the first secretary from Bangladesh High Commission. We here work for the promotion of trade, business with Nigeria, among other issues. Today, I wish success of launch of these apps. With this note, I conclude here. Thank you.
The representative of the President, Commonwealth Business Women Network here to give us their goodwill message.
Azura, New Cabo, Nigeria, and a very warm welcome and warm greetings from Melbourne, Australia. I'm Frida Mariklis, and I'm the chair of the Commonwealth Business Women's Network. And it gives me great pleasure on behalf of my colleagues at CBWN to warmly commend the Abuja Chamber of Commerce and Industry, AKI, and the Women Arise Development and Humanitarian Initiative, WADI, on the launch of today's Kowgo app and Roundtable. Congratulations and well done everybody on today's milestone achievement. We all know that over this past year, women and marginalised communities have been the hardest hit by COVID. Even the World Economic Forum predicts that women have lost a whole generation of hard-fought gains. But at the same time, we've seen women rise. Women rising to lead their countries, leading their communities and their families, leading their families forward with incredible resilience and with great strength. To this end, we are deeply inspired by pioneers like Esther Egobanian Mashalia, the convener of WADI, and an esteemed member of CBWN's International Advisory Group, with whom we share a long-standing association that stems way back to her time as the head of gender section at the Commonwealth Secretariat, where her vision for gender-inclusive procurement over some 10 years ago galvanised ministers and government heads to reimagine a changing world for the better. A world that puts women at the epicentre and acknowledges them as mothers, carers, but also as entrepreneurs, as business women, who, if given the opportunity, can power trade for their families, for their communities, and for their nations. Well, that vision becomes reality today. If we are to build back better Nigeria, we need transformative digital tools like the Kowgo app that enhances gender, trade, e-commerce, and which encourages the participation of disadvantaged groups, such as our youth, women, people with disabilities, and of course, our Indigenous and ethnic minorities. It's time, Nigeria. It's time for the world to now follow your lead and take the necessary audacious actions that are needed to give rise to generation equality. As Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala reminds us, investing in women is smart economics, and investing in girls, catching them upstream, is even smarter economics. We may be diverse in nature at CBWE, but we are joined in purpose, and we stand with you today, Nigeria, wishing you all the very best. Yoruba, Nigeria, and good day to you all.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you, ma'am. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let me quickly apologize for coming late. Unfortunately, I don't know the protocol that has been established, but please permit me to stand on the protocol that has already been established. I'm representing Ms. Comfort Lamti, who is the country representative for UN Women Nigeria. Unfortunately, she couldn't make it here, but like you know, UN Women represents women, and everything that has to do with women is the reason for which we exist. And it's always a pleasure to be in a gathering like this. So she has asked me to bring her warm regards to the organizers and to all partners that have made this possible. She brings you her wishes, and we hope that the objectives that have been set for this meeting will be achieved at the end of the day. We recommit our commitments to women's rights, to gender equality in Nigeria, and the dignity of all women. Once again, thank you very much for inviting us, and we look forward to the remaining parts of this event. Thank you very much.
Next on the program is the reflections by moonlight from our days and presentation. We're going to talk about why you should, or why they have embraced the Kowgo app, and what tools like Kowgo matter. That is all the online market. Why does it matter? Moderating this roundtable is Hajia Rahima Momodu. Yeah. We have the discussants are Dr. Eleanor Mwadinobi. Okay. Okay, just before she sits, she'll just give us a goodwill message. A short one, maybe a minute, before she sits on the round table.
Thank you very much. I stand on the protocol that's been established. I represent the Medical Women's International Association, an association of female doctors globally. As the president, I thought it would be unfair of me not to give a goodwill message at this gathering and to applaud the Women Arise Development and Humanitarian Initiative, the Abuja Chamber of Commerce, and Blockchain Network for this event, and to say that economic empowerment, especially for women, is hugely important. As has been said before, our bright and shining star, Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, has said that it is indeed smart to invest in women and girls. And I want to emphasize and girls, because it's the girls that grow up into women. And I'm glad to see an intergenerational gathering here today. Thank you very much.
For discussion. Tobena Nwokike. Okay. You're welcome. Miss Mofoeke Omole. And Hajia Mbapa. I'm sure some people might not know what this Kowgo is all about. So we'll just listen in with the discussion, which is just going to take a few minutes, and then we'll unveil this thing that we're all here for in a bit. So I'll hand over the mic to Mrs. Hajia Rahima Momodu to continue the discussion.
So who is going first? Let's give the floor to the younger ones so that they don't accuse us of dominating them. You are indeed the leaders of today, so over to you. No, I will go for a woman first any day. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think for me, being a part of the team working on the Kowgo mobile application, one of the reasons I've stayed so far with the Kowgo is the fact that it's been helping women, most especially rural and peri-urban women, to manage their businesses well. So most of them came in with zero knowledge about finances, managing their finances. And with the help of the Kowgo, they are now able to have business records that they can use to assess loans. So prior to the use of Kowgo, they were not able to access formal financial services because they don't have business records. No one could know how their businesses were performing. But now with the Kowgo, we could see how the businesses are doing. And also with the help of Kowgo, they are able to better their businesses because once it's noticed that their businesses are not doing well, there's a call to say what is going on, and then we're able to advise to say, okay, so you're spending so much on your personal needs as against what should be going back into the business. So basically it's just been the support it's been given to small business owners, especially women. That's it for me.
Good day, everyone. For me, having worked on the technical side of the application, for me, I stuck with the app. What stuck with me? Okay. Sorry about that. Can everybody hear me now? Okay. So having worked on the technical side of the app, what stuck with me is the challenges that we experienced while building it, because for the app, it was not just a regular kind of app. It wasn't just something that, you know, as a developer, when you get an app, you really just know the direction to take. But with this, it was quite unique, and it was something that we had to, you know, work over time on, and we also had to build new features, you know, for savings, for loans, and also the fact that we've seen the impact almost immediately after building all those things in. So that's what stuck with me for the app, as well as the support that we've gotten as well from the women. You know, when we're getting data from them, it's very helpful to know what they are facing, the challenges, how to make it easier for them, improving usability, and also the experience for them. So for me, that's what has stuck with me for the application. Thank you.
I think you should clap for him. He's one of the developers, and I mean, that's something that we should appreciate. Then let me ask you, based on your feedback, what has been the major gaps of feedback from the users? Have you done any upgrading based on the feedback, and how interactive or user-friendly is the app?
Thank you very much. So the app this is actually a second iteration of the app. The first iteration the feedback we got was that it was a bit difficult to navigate, especially for these women that are not too tech savvy. We also got some feedback from the registration process that it was a bit cumbersome. The kind of details we're expecting from them, like email addresses, which most of them don't have. So we had to switch to a phone number process. Even the part of the loans and the savings, we had to make it much easier because it had to be as easy as somebody coming to them to offer them, a loan, as opposed to having to click here, click there, and do this, do that. So we got all that feedback, and we are constantly improving. Even as we speak right now, we're still building in better things. It's very usable. The experience is much better than it was even a few months ago. And going forward, there's still more things that we're doing, like implementing USSD to make things easier for them, as well as text messages too. They can interact via text messages with chatbots as well on WhatsApp, so that it's easier for them. It's things that they are used to, that they would use to interact with the application. So that answers the question. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm enjoying this exchange. We are beginning to see that this is an app that has been used, tested, and in a way trusted. And the fact that the developers are continuously updating based on feedback. Let me ask Madam a question before I give it to you. Why does such an app matter? Why is it necessary? Why is it, why should we have such an app?
Thank you, Ma. Thank you for your question. This app is very, very important, especially for us, the rural women. We, the leaders, we use this app to put their names on it. Then we send it to the leader of the app. Yes.
So I will hand over to Dr. Lena to moderate. So go ahead.
Thank you so very much, Hajia Momodu. I'm going to the next round of questions. I'm going to start with Mr. Tobenna as a developer, and Ms. Mofoyeke, can you tell us first your specific role with the app?
Okay, so with the hub, I basically just manage the training and the onboarding. Yes.
Thank you so much. Having established the varying roles that the panelists have played, we have a developer, we have a trainer, and we have a user. So starting with Mr. Tobenna as the developer, you told us a bit about developing and how you have addressed the challenges of the app. What would you say, Tobenna, would be the biggest success practically of the app? How would you sell this app to your grandmother, and how would you sell this app to a friend differently?
That's a very nice question. It's actually it's a question I have to think about, and I actually love that question. Thank you very much, Ma. For me, as a developer, and someone that manages a team of developers as well, the most exciting thing for us was the usage and how it grew. So for us, it was growth. It was very encouraging, and the fact that people adopted it so quickly, and thanks to Foya and her team as well for doing a great job at explaining it, even the intricate parts, in the easiest way for the users. And then how would I explain it? How would I sell it to my grandmother? I would sell it as an app where market women and traders can come on there and use it to manage their finances, use it to enter their profits, their expenses as well, and also it's also an app for them. Using that, they would be able to access loans. They can also use it to do isusu savings, you know. So I would sell it to her in that manner. And then for a friend, my friends are mostly tech people, but then I would just say, okay, as for a friend that's not in tech, you know, I would sell it to them as a business management tool. That's basically how I'd sell it to them.
Then, based on your response, especially your response in terms of marketing this app to your grandmother, what is the lowest level of literacy, education for a user? Because you mentioned the right word, you say Isusu. As I speak, I've been to 2 groups of Isusu. I do Isusu, I believe in that a lot. So I belong to groups. But how do how can someone of your grandmother's age that may still be, afraid of smartphones and all that, what's that level of user to use this one?
Okay, so currently it's the app that's available. So whoever is going to use the application right now would have to be able to use a smartphone at least. But then, in the pipeline, we're working on USSD, which many people are used to. People that don't use phones, they just dial star whatever hash, and they are provided with the menu where they just are prompted to enter numbers and get responses. We're working on that currently. It should be live within the next 2 months. Actually, we should have tested and gone live. So that's the lowest level currently is people that can use smartphones. It's very easy to use. Yes, and it's in different languages actually. It's in English, Igbo, Yoruba, and Hausa. So it can actually, if the person can navigate a smartphone and can understand any of these languages, they are able to navigate the application. So
when you say in these 3 languages, in the written form of the 3 languages, is there any thought of making it voice interactive, if you know what I mean? Voice interactive for those who cannot even type or read English. Is there a possibility for that?
all right.
Okay, so just as a rider to what he said before, we are on the field, we are representing them on the field, they are at the back end. So when we go for trainings, for example, and we see women who can't read, who can't write. So one of the things we do is we have a Kowgo sales book. Of course, like I said, they can't read, they can't write. But we always encourage the older ones who don't have smartphones to talk to their children who have smartphones. And of course, because we also work with groups, we also talk to the group leaders like Hajia here. There are people under her who cannot read or write, but has the Kowgo sales book. So what she does in her own capacity is to create an account for them using their own mobile phone number. That's the person who can't read or write. We use their mobile phone number to create an account for them. So that way, someone who is learned a little bit can help them manage their account. So their account on Kowgo is tied to their specific phone number. So whatever it is they are doing on the Kowgo application is taking that it is them. And so periodically we also go, we check their sales book, the physical sales book, and we interact with them to see how this is going for them. And it's interesting to see that some of them who don't even know how to read, for example, are now able to, over time, put in figures. So they know from their books that if this is 1,000, then they can type in 1,000, or their child can type in 1,000 for them. So that's how we've been managing it for now. And of course, the Kowgo sales book came as a response to the gap we saw initially. So like you said, we're evolving. So in time, we'll have other things, like the voice that you said will come in. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Hajia Mamodu. So my question goes to Hajia Naka. From what we are hearing, because you are sort of the leader of a cohort, of a group, how do you cope with issues of trust? So those in your group trusting you? And would you say that having a Kowgo group of this nature has brought some form of cohesion or solidarity amongst those with whom you interact?
Thank you very much, Ma, for this question. Because there is trust within us. Because I'm not the only person, I'm not the, we have some other leaders, and they really trust me. Anything I told them is the right thing, because we've been getting things ahead that is okay, there's no any other problem. So if there is any problem, they will come back to me, then I will go back to our leader and ask, how are we going to do this? How are we going to do that? Then they tell me the real answer, then I will go back again and inform them that this is how we are going to do it, this is how we are going to do it. So we didn't have any problem with the women. They really trust us, and they know that this app is the truth. It's the real truth. We have never told them lies, and they know that it's working, and it's still working, because we have registered women, and they have seen it, and they have registered so much on it with their money and their selves. So they accepted that it is true, because they have seen it. And we were here for the training, and they have seen it too. We are here for the training with our leader, and everything was taught, and they know much about it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Moderator. Madam Moderator, do we still have time? Can we take questions from the audience? Yes. We can take questions from the audience, because I've been waiting for that. So please raise your hand if you want to ask the panelists any question. This is the best time for us to know more about this wonderful app. Okay. I thought we were empowered by the snacks. Abi, the empowerment is not enough. You need some ginger. Anybody that wants to ask questions, please raise your hand. I'm looking around. Women, don't be shy to raise your hand. I'm seeing one there. Please.
Good evening. The program, the app.
Madam, you can introduce yourself. I like knowing the people that I'm talking to.
My name is Honorable Gloria Mukotete. I'm the National Team Leader of Women Chambers of Commerce, Agriculture, Mines and Industry. And I'm also the State Coordinator of Exporters in Delta State. So I came from Delta State.
Oh, welcome, my sister.
Thank you. You are introducing to us, from what I've seen, is actually a good one. Because from the experiences is sharing with us, it needs to be applied to the rural women. Because what for now is not emancipation of the elites, but the rural women. I don't know, this 21st century of women, where women have to come out of their zone and join the policy of those who will transform the economy of Nigeria. So we have a book information here. So we want a situation where you can give us more details about the Kowgo app. So when I saw it, it was actually, I actually came to the open market, but when I saw this program, I decided to stay back, because I know it will be useful to my women, both in the chambers and the exporters cluster. So we want to know more and actually collaborate to just as Abuja chambers already do with you. Thank you very much.
I am also I'm from FCTSDS, I'm in charge of Women Affairs, and I'm also here to represent the acting Secretary and Women Secretariat. My question is very simple. For those that are physically challenged, how do they use this app? How do they use this thing? They cannot see. So how do they use it?
The Permanent Secretary for the Ministry of Industry, Food and Investment, Dr. Sani. My name is Giwa Williams Latifa from the Trade Department. This is a very good role, Kowgo, knowledge and wisdom. I see the 4 pillars of the application, and I see it really captured a lot. I'd like to know the role of the government and incentives how the government is doing to support the development of this app and women in trade. I think that should be everything. Thank you. All I would say is that government is fully ready and willing to support. It's fully ready and willing to support the women in trade, particularly going towards the digital area and e-commerce, which the ministry has been working on, and also incentives. I'm not sure, I don't know the level at which the application has gone. Incentives to encourage women actually domesticating their products, standardizing, making sure everything is domesticated towards exports. Government is also willing to give incentives to ensure that things move easily and simplification so that there's more synergy and harmony. Lastly, I would say that there should be more of a technical session that the government should come in place, and there should be more discussion going forward to achieve main goal of the Kowgo app. Thank you.
To me, that is a very good plus. I can assure you we will follow up with you immediately and get your contact, because you are very correct. We need to support, the government needs to support initiatives like this. It's better for us to support our homegrown initiative than tomorrow we hear that somebody is supporting one foreign app as if Nigerians don't have the heads to do apps. This app was developed by 100% Nigerians. So I think we should give them a round of applause for that. So that's the last question. Let me give it, my sister quickly, and then.
Very much. I would like to stand on existing protocol. I want to commend first the organizers and then the developers of these app, and to say it's really interesting to see the pillars and to see the areas where farmers can move, because this is tending towards e-extension, where we can use the app for record keeping apart from just trade. And you know that before you get good products for your trade, it's good to also be able to trace where they're coming from, and they usually come from the farmers. So that I am very sure that the Federal Ministry of Agriculture will support this app and work with the organizers to see how well this will support the farmers, both livestock and crop farmers, as well as women in fisheries. Thank you.
I am the Executive Director for Yes to Life for Women and Children. I'm really excited to be in this program. Actually, we've been working with women, most especially in terms of empowerment. And we've been doing a lot of empowerment in the community. So when I came across this Kowgo, I felt very interested because I know that my community women are very, very hardworking, and they're looking for opportunities like this to come in and then to explore, what is in this app, bring in their product, and then to share to the world. So please, most of my community women don't have Android phones. So I don't know, I'm very sure this works. So how about the prospective women who want to join or key in this Kowgo and they don't have the access to do that? is there any means they can join? And then secondly, what benefits do they tend to, get from this program, like loans or sending their products or making their products known to the public so that they can patronize them? Thank you. I'm very much interested, and I would love my community women to join them. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much
for all the questions. I think I'll start with the incentives. She has said something about it, but I think right here we should be, it's only good for us to recognize the government institutions that have supported us so far. When the application was first deployed, we had the support of the Bank of Industry. So what they did was to pay for the onboarding of women, of some women. So with that, we were able to have many women using the mobile application courtesy of the Bank of Industry. And also we had the support of the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment. In partnership with them, the mobile application was showcased at the WTO Aid for Trade event in Geneva. So they've been supportive, and when the trading aspect of the mobile application came on board, which battered the Araha market, they started with us, they were with us and they are still with us. So we've been enjoying their support, and we're also calling on other government agencies to support us. Now, the question about inclusivity, that's disability inclusion. Like you said, we are constantly improving on the mobile application. And this version that we have now, the second version, was sponsored by Humphrey Fellowship. So if we have more support like that, it becomes easy for us to, upgrade and do more things. These upgrades are expensive, and with the support of these other organizations, we've been able to come up with this. And with more support, we'll be able to, add more, voice prompts and all of that. We'll be able to do that. So that's it we're working on it. It's something that we're actively working on. And we hope that the people right here hearing me can also join in to help us to bring the mobile application up. And for the question from this table, the first question that seeks to know more about the mobile application, I think we can't discuss extensively the scope of the mobile application right on this panel because of time, but we will take your contact and sit with you to discuss with it. But basically, what you would get with the mobile application, the first thing that we do is training. So we have a self-paced learning management system on the mobile application that you can learn in your own language. We have in the 3 major languages, so you learn. There are different courses that you can learn, simple modules just to enhance your knowledge of business. And then we have the business management aspect of it, where you input your business record, and at the end of the week or the month, depending on your selection, you get your report, your business health report. So that's on that. And then we powered by the Kowgo cooperative, because there's a Kowgo cooperative, we've been giving out loans for women who have been actively using the mobile application. So to benefit from that, so I'm taking the 2 questions together. So to benefit from the loan, of course, you have to be a member of a women's association. So through the women's association, your request for loan is standard, but we don't disburse to women's associations, we disburse to individuals, but we just want to know where the women are coming from. So, but to benefit from the loan program, you must have used the Kowgo mobile application for a minimum period of 3 months. That way we are able to assess the health of your business. It's not just enough for us to say we're giving you loan. There are some loans that we'll take as women-owned businesses, or any business for that matter, that will crash the business. So if your business is not right to take a loan, we're in a better position to advise to say, wait. So when you use the mobile application for like 3 months, we're able to say, okay, this is the amount of loan you can get. And the beautiful thing about this is once you start from a level and you repay per time, you are able to move on to the next level. So it's not as if we are recycling the same amount. So you take 100,000 now, for example, the next time you're assessing a loan, if you are paid per schedule, you get a higher amount of loan. And of course, we have the trading platform where you can put in, so it's just in a simple language, own your own shop on Kowgo. So when you create a business account on the Kowgo mobile application, you have a store where your products are displayed and you can sell from there. So I believe that covers the questions.
Question is the Android phone, but if you can, you are very serious, you will take loan and buy phone of it. Okay, over finally to my co-moderator, Haja, you want to say anything? Final one.
On behalf of
as regards the Kowgo app, I'd like to suggest that we include French.
Thank you so much for those, first of all, for your recommendation. I'm going to request very kindly for the technical lead, the developer, to have a one-on-one with you so that...
Thank you very much for this time spent explaining what Kowgo is and how we're going to get it. So I would like to encourage us now to just go use our phones, go to the Google store and start downloading.
which is like the highlights. And I just thought before we unveil, I should start encouraging those who don't have the mobile app, so please start downloading it, because as you can see in Wadi, we do our things in a different way. We are not bringing a table with an app. We want it practical. We want people to put it on their phone and to be able to say, I came here and I was part of the unveiling. That is not just a photo op that we are doing. And so, as I don't think it would be me alone. I'm going to ask a number of the dignitaries, particularly those around this table, to lead the process. And why I'm saying lead the process is that really what you have seen earlier on are the different seasons of the Kowgo application. You heard at the time we were designing, when it was just an idea, people like Dr. Eleanor were there. They were there. People like Amy, who was locked on, they were there. They were the people who bought the idea. And so, at that time, it was just a seed, an idea. And today, that idea is at a point where it is multiplying. And the multiplication is in partnership with ACCI. We have brought it this far to come and embed it in ACCI, partnering with you, because we know that to reach those who are entrepreneurs, to reach those who are download the app, because people are watching on your phone. So am I going to ask you, Your Excellency, to please bring your phone out, and everyone who is in the hall, our downloading, our unveiling is to unveil it for you. It is not just for the pictures for us. So please bring out your phones, those of you that have phones. This is the process. They are the ones leading. Bring out your phones. It's on the Google Play Store. If you don't have Google, you are using an iPhone, please go to the Wadi website, copy the link, put it on your iPhone, it will work. Because we're going to want to be seeing it on your phones. We've done it with the women. Where is Mrs. Mbaka? Ajia, you can confirm that the women were able to download it instantly. Do you all have it on your phones? Yes. So we want you, the dignitaries that have come, to go away from this launch knowing that the Kowgo app is on the store, is working, there are people using it, and so that's our joy. Please bring your phones out. It's downloaded. You already have it. Beautiful. So if you have it, oh, you already have it. So you are installing. Doctor, on. Wow. And you can see the HHH. We actually upgraded the app to this level with the support of the Hubert Humphrey, 18 or 19 years, almost 20 years now. And so they do support us creative work to be able to make it have more impact. And the impact for us is that before the upgrade, it was just a financial literacy and financial management app. But now with the upgrade, from what you can see, you know, we now we do savings and loans, we have the market platform, we have the business platform, and then we have the business records. Which means that those who come to us, some banks work with us, when they bring the women, we put them on the app and we can see their record over a period of 3 years, 3 months at the very least. At that time, we can assure you or we can assess their performance and tell you whether they're healthy or they're unhealthy, and that it will be risky to invest in them. And it also helps the women to improve their business so that they don't take loans that are too difficult for them to manage. All our loan grantees, all our applicants have all repaid. They repay in record time and they go for a second round because we do the de-risking. It's a de-risking tool. We remove the risk of giving them money by ensuring that their businesses are okay. And getting it. The idea is that we're going to raise it up for the unveiling. All of us are unveiling together. It is not for any spectacular group of people. And so, with joy, I'm going to ask those of you who are leading here to raise your own up. Raise your app up. Raise it up so that we can see at the count of one. Are you almost there? Please, can you all join us by raising your phones? We are going to say K-O-G. Oh, you are listening. No, Kowgo. Kowgo.
This month, I get it. I want to go back.
The award presentation. I would like to invite the DG of Treasury, Work, Commerce and Industry, Victoria Akai, to present the first, and then we'll take pictures with the group, and then the next batch will come. Of your role as a Kowgo facilitator for empowering women SMEs through indigenous digital technology. I made fun of my sister when she was saying that some time ago, and I'm making the same mistake. Okay, MSME. I'll call first Moeka PSG. Is she no representative too? Okay, Ambassador Mariam Katago is a representative here.
On behalf of Abuja Chamber of Commerce and WADI, our partners, I want to thank each and every one of you that came here to grace this beautiful occasion. And I want to say congratulations to all the awardees. Just as you downloaded the app, we hope that you continue to be part of it. Congratulations to each and every one of you, and thank you for coming. Good night.
Thank you very much. God bless and good night.